Hi everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this tutorial we are going to learn how to paint any wooden surface in a 2 or a 3 tone effect. So let's get started. The things that you need is your wooden surface, be it a tabletop, any furniture or a plywood. Paints that I will be using are emulsion paints. You can also use chalk paints instead. You can read the exact shade numbers popping on the screen, and so we are going to do a 2-tone effect with these 2 shades and further add another shade to give a 3-tone effect. So I'm adding an orange chalk paint there, and we will also be using golden for the highlights. We will also be using 2 to 3 brushes of different thickness and also a pad of foam for cleaning and preparing the surface. Another important tool which we are going to use is this texture brush. You can easily buy this from Amazon or simply send me a message for the link. Let's start painting. First, scoop out the required amount of paint separately. You can also mix 2 to 3 drops of water in case you feel the consistency is thick. So once you're done with the consistency, your required consistency, which should be just a little flowing, so we'll start painting with long strokes in the direction of the desired grains. As emulsion paints are water based, so you will see it drying out quickly. So you too can be a bit quick to paint the surface, as we don't want the paint to dry totally before our second step starts. So go on, keep painting with long strokes of brush on the entire surface. So once the entire surface is painted, it's now time to roll in the texture brush, or the magic tool as I call it. Simply roll it from top to bottom on the wet paint in the direction you use the brush. So just roll it from top to bottom and see how you'll start seeing the grainy effect coming up. So keep rolling it from top to bottom on the entire surface again. So just see how the texture is coming up. So once done, now you can set it to dry, and in the meanwhile you can paint the edges if any. Now once the surface is dry, it is now time to use the second shade. Similarly, you can mix the shade in a separate bowl and start giving random longitudinal strokes in the same direction. But this time we need to use the smaller brush. So let's get going. You can fix the consistency as before and just go on to start painting. So use the brush randomly at places, start giving the longitudinal random strokes at different places, leaving spaces in between. The number of strokes you give entirely depends on the kind of texture you want to create. You want to create a dense texture, or you want it to have distance in between them, entirely your wish and your design. Also, don't miss out on the edges. You can lay a little stress randomly on the edges, maybe the corners a bit and a bit in the center. Now once you've done with your strokes and the paint is still wet, roll the magic tool once again. You will see it will start merging some of the strokes with the grains. So keep going from one end to the other, similarly doing it from top to bottom and doing it on the entire surface, whatever you have painted. So after this, now it's time to start the whole process again with the third color. So now I am bringing in the third color, which I have chosen the orange color. There is no specific reason for using chalk paint here. Only reason is that I had it in the desired color, so I decided to use it. You can use either of the emulsion or the chalk paint, whichever is available with you. So repeat the process and keep giving the longitudinal strokes. This time use a thinner brush than the previous one. You can again give the strokes where you've already done with the previous color to merge it with that color. So use this color randomly and in a smaller amount than you used the previous one. Again, don't miss out on the edges and the corners, so give a little brushing there too. And now, once you are done, it's time to do the merging with the tool. So repeat the process as you did earlier. Roll out the tool throughout the surface and from top to bottom in the same direction, and let the whole thing merge out. If you feel the paint has dried out, you can use a little water on the surface of the brush, texture brush, and apply it. Now once you're done with the merging, you can set it to dry. It shouldn't take more than half an hour if you have bright sun around. Once the surface is properly dried, it's now time for a very important step, using the sandpaper. You now need to gather up some energy in your arms, as you will need to scrub the whole surface with a special force on the edges. So go on and scrub the whole surface in the direction of the strokes again. It might take you an hour or so, so do the whole surface. You can have random directions to scrub, but it is preferable to do it in the direction of the strokes. So start from one edge and keep scrubbing, and once you're scrubbing, you will see the paint merging in. All the three shades which you've used till now will start merging, and you will start getting a little distressed and a little merged out and a more merged out effect. So once you're doing this step, you might have to give your arms a little rest in between. So take your time and do this. You might take an hour or 1.5 hours maybe. But you need to merge it nicely, because this is the step which will give the final effect. Now when you're done with all the scrubbing, wipe away all the dust. And once you've wiped away all the dust, it's time to give the highlights. So all you need now is a small artist brush, can be an old Wither one too, and just a little golden paint. If you don't have emulsion or chalk paint, you can even use simple acrylic paints for this step. So how we do this step? You start brushing up the gold alternately with brush and spreading it with your fingers. Go on repeating the same wherever you desire to give the highlights. I have focused on highlighting the areas where we merged the previous color. So just go on and use the brush to put a tinge of color and then spread it with your fingers. Again repeat it, give the longitudinal stroke with the brush and then spread it with your fingers. Just go on doing it on the whole surface until you get the desired look you want. Also focus on the edges as before. Now once dry, we need to repeat the process of scraping with the sandpaper once again. So go ahead and repeat what you did earlier. Go on from one end, concentrate on the edges and go on scrubbing and creating a merged out effect. Now clean the surface of all the dust and This step is entirely optional. If you want a glossy effect, you can use simple touchwood varnish, and for matte effect you may use the matte effect varnishes, which are number of them are available online and in the general hardware stores too. I am using Nerolac Touchwood here. So what you need to do is simply dip a brush and start applying it from one end. So again, in the direction of the grains, I am applying the varnish, and you don't need to mix it with anything, just simply dip the brush and start doing it. Now once the whole surface is done, let it sit to dry, preferably in bright sunlight. You can keep it for 5 to 6 hours in sunlight and let it stay aside for 24 hours to 36 hours. Let the whole thing seep in and dry properly. So let's have a closer look at the grains you created and also see how the colors are merged and even the highlights are merged, and you have your grain effect ready on the surface. You can now give wings to your imagination and use this surface for anything, be it a tabletop, a wall background, a base for any product display, or just about anything. You can even use this effect to paint furniture, almirah fronts, doors, etc. Drop in your queries if you have any. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial.